Traditionally, Black Friday was the day after Thanksgiving, where after spending an entire day being thankful for everything you have, you try to kill your fellow man and get $5 off a TV. Now, really, Black Friday's always been a time of great sales, and unfortunately, there have been some people who've lost their lives and gotten hurt and everything because some people just can't be civil when trying to get a sale. But we're not talking about that. What's up, everybody? This is Azure Tony, and today I am going to reveal. Today I'm going to reveal. What the hell? Today we're going to talk about the haul for this year. Now, Black Friday this year really started about 2 or 3 weeks before Thanksgiving. And that's become a trend lately where pretty much the entire month of November is a huge sale. And the holiday that comes within the month of November is pretty much forgotten by many people. But first of all, we're going to start with the person that I'm most thankful for, which is my wife. And I picked her up a couple things. We did have a desktop notification pop up out of nowhere. But I picked her up a couple games for the Switch. Now, oddly enough, there was nothing from Walmart this time around. But we did have Best Buy, Amazon, Target, and even Woot got a piece of the action this year from me. But first up, we have Cat Lateral Damage Remeowstered, which is just great how they did it. I also know my camera is mirrored, so I apologize that everything's going to be a little backwards. But this is the remastered version of Cat Lateral Damage where you just go around as a cat and destroy things. She loves it. She absolutely loves it, and grabbing this one for her was really a good time. Next one up, we have Pikmin 1 and 2, which is one of the ones that we picked up at Target. She loves the Pikmin series. She's only played 3 and 4, so when she gets around to it, 1 and 2, definitely gonna get some action from her. We also got Epic Mickey Rebrushed, which again is a nice way of doing their name for the remaster. She loved it on the Wii, and she never finished it, and unfortunately with our current setup, it's not hooked up. So it allows her to actually get back to it and maybe beat it, or at least enjoy it a little more. And also, we didn't get it at launch, mainly because I knew it was going to be on sale on Black Friday, because Sega has a very, very bad history, or good history, depending on how you look at it, of putting things that were released in October on sale on Black Friday, which also Metaphor ReFantazio was on sale, but I had picked up the collector's edition when it came out, so that didn't really affect me too much. But the Sonic and Shadow Generations, so far she's played a little bit of it and has enjoyed it. She's not great at Sonic, and she always wants me to finish levels, and I'm gonna be dead serious. Sonic is like the one franchise that I'm horrible at, because there's some anxiety inducing moments in there. You know, I'm with my boy Mo with the drowning being anxiety inducing. So that's the games that we got for her. We also picked up some clothes for her. And honestly, the best deals we got for Black Friday for everything was actually on some coffees that we got for her, which is just wild. But anyway, on to the games. We're going to keep with the Switch. Going to pick up something else we got from Target, which we only got 2 things from Target. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. if you know me, I'm a giant Kirby fan, and the fact that I didn't already have this is a crime. And it was $35 and I had to get it. I had to get something to pair up with Pikmin for the free shipping anyway, so this was pretty much a no-brainer. It's what Kirby 64 should have been. Next up, we got kind of a hidden gem, Jitsu Squad. It's a beat-em-up game. Has up to 4 players, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 1 to 4 player couch co-op. Couch co-op. You don't hear that nowadays very much. But yeah, this is going to be a fun time when I get to it. And you know, before I get any further, it's kind of funny. Last video was talking about the backlog and how to crush it and get through it. And one thing I didn't put in there was not everything you buy has to go on your backlog. And not everything that was bought in here goes on the backlog. Some things are just for collecting. Some things are just for fun times. Not everything's to be beaten. Jitsu Squad is one of those games that are just for fun times. It does not touch the backlog. One that it does touch the backlog, though, is we have Classic Heroes 1 and 2. This was kind of a shock when they released it. The originals were on the PSP. Classic Heroes 2 was actually released by Gaijin Works, which I have the original of. That was actually waiting for us at one of our apartments when we moved in. So that's kind of a little fun story about that. But yeah, really cool RPG dungeon crawlers. And when eventually I get to it, it's going to be a fun time there. Next up, it's been seen in the background a couple times. It was one of the early purchases, and I'm actually mad because on Black Friday itself, it went down to $20. I picked it up for $30. Is the Silent Hope Day 1 edition. Turn-based RPG, if I remember correctly. Might be an action RPG, but I remember that it was one a lot of people said was pretty good, although rather short. But I got it with the soundtrack and art book in the Day 1 edition. So, you know, it's Xseed, it's Marvelous. Those are 2 companies that, when they pair together, I pretty much am going to buy it. You know, I love my Xseed stuff. So, it was not a matter of if, it was only a matter of when that was getting picked up. And that's going to do it for the Switch. Now we're going to move into the PS5 with yet another hidden gem, because I've already played this on a little bit on the PC. This is, I think it's pronounced Scotfold Usurper, which I think it's kind of a Metroidvania. And like I said, it's kind of a hidden gem. Not many people I've even seen anywhere talk about it, even on anytime it gets mentioned on Reddit, people are like, wait, what's that? But got that. You know what, I can get a special edition, especially on a Black Friday cheap. You know I gotta. And we have Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Just look at that. Just look at that right there. That is beautiful. You know I love my dragons too. But this game, we got the game right here. We got an art book. We got a soundtrack. Look at what the soundtrack comes in. It's got like a full-on piano on the front. It's really cool. It's an action RPG. It's rather short if you only do the story. I've already played and beaten it. which is saying something because I don't have haven't had a ton of time lately to play much. But again, it's one of ones from Xseed. This actually comes from Cygames. I've been waiting on this one for a very long time to come out, and it unfortunately came out back in January. I think it was January or very early February, when there was just a lot of other stuff going on, and I didn't have time to get it when it came out, and so I waited till Black Friday, and sure enough, the special edition was actually on sale as well as the regular. And when I can get the special, gotta go with the special. Gotta get them goodies. Another one that I waited on that I was really excited to play, and I'm gonna get to probably in the next 2 3 weeks. Give it a run through. Stellar Blade, action RPG, action adventure, get you good times. Got I guess people say it's a sexy character. You know, I don't really get into characters in video games, whether they're attractive or sexy or hot or whatever. That's not my deal. I prefer actual, you know, women I can see and touch. And of course, I'm only touching my wife, because otherwise that's a whole other thing in itself. But yeah, that's going to be a good time. We also picked up another one, and I'm still going to call this a hidden gem because nobody really talks about it. This is Banisher's Ghosts of New Eden. This is an RPG that like nobody really talked about when it came out, and I've played a little bit of it on the PC, really liked it, and had to pick it up on the PS5 when it went on sale. Another one that I did not pick up when it came out, and a lot of people love this game. I've heard a lot of great things about it, and so I finally went ahead and got it. Surprisingly, it's an Atlas game that I didn't grab early on, but Unicorn Overlord, strategy RPG. I've heard that it's pretty much the best strategy RPG since Final Fantasy Tactics, which is very high praise. So hopefully before the end of 2025, I can get into this. I know I got a very loaded plate that I look at just in my head. I'm like going through the games that I still got to get through or that I have planned to play. And yeah, that when I can get to it, hopefully that'll be a fun time. Now, I said there was something on Woot. And I don't typically buy much on Woot. I occasionally get a t-shirt or two or something, but I always look to see what's on sale because you never know. And they had a lot of video games that were on a pretty good sale. Most of them weren't ones that I cared about or weren't trying to pick up, but I love my tennis. And they had Top Spin 2K25 for $10 for the PS4. It was $15 for the PS5, but I'm like, the PS4 game runs into PS5, so why pay the extra $5 when it's probably not going to be that much that you actually get out of it? But Top Spin 2K25, we have I think it's Serena Williams and I think Roger Federer on the front. Not sure about that. But yeah. I like more of the arcade style tennis games like the Virtual Tennis series over Top Spin, but I need a tennis fix and that's going to do that. Now, a game that I've heard people go both ways on is this one. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Unleashed. I've heard people like completely crap on it, and I've heard people absolutely love it. It was described by one reviewer as if Ninja Turtles and Persona had a kid, because of there's social links apparently, and different bonuses and stuff you get when talking to different people. So I'm kind of interested to see how that runs out myself. So that's one should hopefully be a good time. If it's not, it was only $20. So, it's not that much wasted. But I mean, it's Ninja Turtles. I grew up on Ninja Turtles. I know it's the Nickelodeon version, which is art style is not my thing. But yeah, it's Ninja Turtles. Another one I grew up on, and I had to get. I've been looking forward to it. Spider-Man 2. Ever since it was announced, I've been looking forward to it, but I've always been looking forward to a Black Friday when it was going to be marked down. Simply because I know it's not something I'm going to play right away. I don't like to pay full price for a game if I'm not going to play it within a month of buying it. And I'm probably not going to get to this till probably March is when I'm figuring I'll be able to get to this. So getting at a discount was the way to go. I love the first game. Probably the best Spider-Man game I've played in my life, and I have played just about all of them. There's been a few that I've not on the handhelds, but for the most part, I've played just about every Spider-Man game. And the first one was great, and I've heard this one's even better. I did not play Miles Morales yet. I do gotta check that one out, probably before playing this. But yeah, I grew up on Spider-Man as well. I love Spider-Man, the old school Spider-Man, the new school Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, doesn't matter. I'm just, it's Spidey. Can't go wrong with Spidey. Another one that I've seen a lot of controversy on is Jedi Survivor. Now, I really liked Fallen Order. I'm not a Star Wars guy whatsoever. I am more of a Trekkie, more so Next Generation than anything else. But, I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but I really like some of the games. The Force Unleashed 1 and 2 were some of the best games I played on the 360. And I really enjoyed Fallen Order, like I said. I've heard most of the problems with Jedi Survivor were fixed. So I'll check that out. I know it's also on Game Pass currently, but I found it for $20, and $20 is pretty much my, go ahead level. Like once it hits 20, it's pretty much if I want it, go ahead and get it. Because even with it on Game Pass, I can keep it sealed and just have it sitting around for the collection. Be able to go back to it whenever. Potentially be able to loan it to somebody. Probably not, but it's there for that purpose. And also another one, I'm not a huge Harry Potter guy, but I heard Hogwarts Legacy was a really, really good RPG. So it was at a really good price. Went ahead and picked that one up. And as you can hear, the downfall of Best Buy is I tend to get games that are loose inside the case from them, which is kind of a pet peeve of mine. But hopefully it'll be okay. And the last one that I picked up from, as you can guess, from Best Buy with the looseness of the disc is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Wrath of the Mutants. It's kind of they said it's a 2017 arcade classic that comes from this. That was a game that was put out in the arcades, which I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know that there are any arcades left outside of stuff inside of like a Round One or Dave and Buster's out there. And if there are and near you, you are a lucky SOB. But, you know, I love my beat 'em ups. And anytime I can catch a good one, especially with a franchise that I love, you know, at a good price, gotta go for it. Got that SOB for $15. And like I said, the other things we got on Black Friday, we picked up some clothes for the wife. We picked up, I actually got a really good deal on some energy drinks and some coffees for the wife. Nothing super exciting out of that, but picked up some games, got some good times. I'm pretty much set for a couple months. I still got a lot of stuff to go through. Like I said, not everything goes on the backlog. Not everything bought goes on the backlog. Some are just for free time. Some are just to kind of collect. Because while I'm not collecting these days anymore, my collection days are behind me. After having to sell off most of the stuff to pay for our move from Louisiana to Nevada back a year and a half ago. That hurt. But what needed to be done was done. That's the collection bug's never going to leave me. If I could show off my collection of controllers, I would probably get a couple dirty looks from people, because I've got some really weird controllers that I have, and my wife hates my controller obsession. And I can't explain the controller obsession. I see a cool controller, I want it. I can't help it. But anyway, this already run pretty long. If you've watched the whole thing, thank you so much. And if you watch this when it comes out, I will be returning to streaming on Twitch, at least trying to, starting at 4 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday, December 10th. Depending on how that goes, I'll do some more days after that. That's the only one I can guarantee a time for. That's pretty much going to be around somewhere between 2 and 4 a.m. is probably going to be start times. I know it's late at night or early in the morning if you're elsewhere in the world, but that's what ends up working out for me. But yeah, that's at twitch.tv/AzureTony. Going to start a Lost Odyssey. We're going to start running through that. That's going to take a nice minute. But again, thank you if you've made it this far. And you know what? If you dipped out early, thank you for watching too. As always, if you enjoyed any of this, enjoyed me, want to see some stuff maybe about some of these games, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. And if you don't want to, if you hated this video, hit the dislike. I ain't going to be mad at you. But as always, thank you. Take care of yourselves. I hope you picked up some good stuff yourself. If you did go out and do some shopping physically in the stores, yeah, actually going to the stores, or did the online thing like I did, and a lot of people do. There's nothing wrong with going to the store and picking stuff up. There's still something to say for having it in your hands and not having to wait for the mailman to come. But anyway, like I said, it's been going way too long. I can talk when I'm allowed to. I can just talk. This has been Azure Tony. Today, well, we found some future fun in gaming. And I hope you enjoyed yourselves too. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'll catch you next time. Stream replay will be uploaded to the channel. Okay? Check that out when it gets done and gets up. Until next time, arigato gozaimasu.